Hello, beautiful army of light. It's Shawna L. Francis, and today is December 28th, 2022 already. We are really getting close to winding up this year, and what an incredible year it's been, has it not? Thanks, everybody, for joining me. I'm feeling much better today, tonight. Honestly, all your comments have really helped me. I've had a few of you reach out via email and phone calls and this kind of thing, so thank you so much. We're going to be okay. Truly, as I sit here in this moment, I'm feeling very grounded in this. I'm feeling ready. I'm feeling protected and loved and supported in very deep ways. And I spoke with a couple of beings tonight, and we'll go through all that. So thanks, everybody, for all your cheerleading and support and all your beautiful comments. And yeah, this is a group effort for sure. And I appreciate you so much. Okay, so we'll get into this. I'm obviously going to try to meditate and do the channeling much earlier in the day. This whole creating a video at midnight is just not working for me. I've been absolutely exhausted. I've been so tired since Christmas. And I just was thinking today, sitting down meditating, that it's just like everything between Thanksgiving and Christmas, there was so much going on and trying to keep up with all of this information, process all this information, plus everything just going on in my personal life. It just has really caught up with me. So feeling so tired, and I had sat down like, team, why am I so tired? I'm thinking, is this already the negative reptilians trying to zap my energy? So I was kind of a little bit freaked out about it, but that's not the case. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get into this here. I went down the elevator, sat down, and, again, the tap, tap, tap. I'm like, yay, they are showing up. This is happening. So they sat down. Now, actually, I felt the tap, tap, tap and said, please have a seat. And then like nothing happened. I wasn't feeling any energy. I wasn't seeing anything. In fact, I'm looking at the chair in my mind's eye and it's empty. And so I just am tuning in for, 3 or 4 minutes. And then I hear, Shawna, I am here. And I'm like, oh, okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for joining me. I said, wherever you'd like to start. And I'm still not really seeing anything or feeling anything at this point. And they said, Shawna, I'm a member of the Galactic Federation of Light. We actually don't know each other very well, but I am very much drawn to your story and what I would call the plight of you and humanity. I'm here to be of service to you and offer my gifts. Like, okay. I have gifts of healing. I have gifts of empathy. I'll be able to scan your body, Shawna, and give you some targeted recommendations for optimal health and well-being if you allow me to. I'm like, really? How awesome. That's amazing. I figured because I put the call out to the team, like, why am I so tired? I'm just like, just been dragging for the last 3 days, 2 to 3 days. I said, that would be so kind and amazing. Thank you. I would love to take you up on this offer. And they said, certainly, Shawna. I am 8th density. I am not in embodiment right now. I've been around a very, very long time, working in perpetuity with the Galactic Federation of Light as needed. So constantly just working with them kind of endlessly forever. We have such a beautiful and unique opportunity to support Mother Earth and her transition to the 5th density. And of course, those of you as part of your species who wish to make this trek. I said, that's so beautiful, 8th density. I'm just finding it so magical that we can communicate like this. Thank you so much. And they said, of course, Shawna, everything is energy, and we do find our ways to connect, knowing that we are all of the same shared frequency, even though my vibration may be a bit higher than yours, at least yours in embodiment, Shawna. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, yes, thank you. I said, well, what may be required for this body scan? And how might you do your work? They said, you may be more comfortable just laying down, and then I will do my scan. It will take up to 10 minutes or so, not very long. I will let you know when I'm complete and we can speak about my findings. I'm like, oh, goody, goody. I'm like, okay, so do you want to do this now? I said. They said, yes, please. I said, okay, great. I'm going to pause this. So I paused my recording and I laid down. And I just immediately, I am drifting off. I woke myself up snoring like twice within this like short amount of time. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm just a mess. Then I'm getting phone calls and I'm just, so I'm not even really sure. I didn't really feel anything, but I was either sleeping or being woken up by phone calls. So about 17 minutes had passed, and then I hear I'm ready to reconnect if you are. So I'm like, oh great. And they said, thank you, Shawna. Yes, there are a few things I'd like to speak to you about. I said, okay. Menopause. This again, you guys, menopause. Hormone fluctuations having a draw on your overall system. Estrogen, testosterone, progesterone. Actually had to look that one up. Finding a new balance as you go through this process of stopping menstruation. This is what's impacting your energy levels in the most recent few days, dear one. And I said, yes, this completely makes sense. So, sorry team, I know we don't always talk about menstruation and menopause in public like this. So for anybody who is, weirded out by that, I apologize, but it is a thing and all women are going to go through it at some point. Took my mom 20 years to go through menopause. I'm hoping that that will not be the case for me. Okay. I said, they said, yes, that makes sense. And then they said, with this being the case, plenty of rest and water, fresh fruits and vegetables, nut proteins. I understand these are the things that your team has talked to you about before. This is the best medicine for what you have going on right now in your body. I would say light activity, no major physical exertion right now. That would be taxing on your body. My estimation is that this will continue for 2 to 4 days, and then you'll be feeling better. I'm like, thank you so much. That's such a relief. I'm not getting attacked by reptilians. This is good. And then they said, Shawna, with the heartburn, and I've had heartburn off and on most of my life. It's been flaring up recently because my diet has not been good and all these big meals and holiday parties and hosting dinners and all this stuff. So I've had quite a bit of heartburn. They said, Shawna, with the heartburn, this is almost all attributed to fat intake. Fat irritating the upper lining of the stomach, up the esophagus, into the esophagus, fats, fatty acids. This will clear up more with diet, low in any types of fat, which is kind of tough because nuts have a lot of fat. Also, eating less in one sitting will put less pressure on your stomach and will help alleviate symptoms as well. Yeah, and this all completely makes sense. And these are things we've heard before. They did say beyond nuts, it would be good to do like tofu, which I'm not a huge fan, but I will do tofu in a pinch. I said, wonderful, thank you so much for that. And then they said, Shawna, this will conclude the work that I plan to do with you today. I am really honored to be of service to you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I said, thank you. It was so nice to meet you. Thank you for this body scan and the information. Yeah, I've got to get more serious about the physicality of what I've got going on here for sure. I'm not sure. I've just got to make time. All right, so I did a quick pause and went for round number 2 here. And pretty quickly within, I'd say 3 or 4 minutes, it was the tap, tap, tap. I'm like, oh, wonderful. Thank you. Please have a seat. And you'll never guess who it was. Mr. Swim Trunks. Mr. Swim Trunks was back. I'm like, oh, it's you again. Oh my gosh. And then I actually accidentally hit pause. So I didn't record like the first, 7 or 8 minutes of my conversation, but it was mostly me talking. He said, hello, Shawna, how are you? How are you doing after yesterday's information? And I said, this is feeling kind of like I'm in a Twilight Zone episode. Like this just feels so unreal. I said, I'm a little unnerved by all this. I'm feeling a little out of sorts with it. And I do know that I'm protected and loved, and this is what I'm supposed to be doing, but it's a little, it's tough. Like, it's tough to try to wrap my head around this. And, I'm having these, the halls of Amenti. I spent quite a bit of time in the halls before, I don't know, before the reptilian stuff started flowing in here a while back. And, I saw many of my deaths actually as a human on what I believe was Earth. And some of this, I think at the hands of reptilians. So I'm really starting to understand what they meant by this mask coming off these last 3 months, understanding who and what I am at a deeper level, what this really means, and this whole news that they've kind of found me out, and they've picked me out of 7.5 billion people on the planet because they kind of watch for me. I said it's a lot, so that's basically what I said. And I said, what if the reptilians have something up their sleeve that we haven't anticipated, that we don't know about? And he said, well, they don't have love, and that is the one trump card that they cannot win. This is the one trump card they cannot beat. So that is the secret weapon here, not so secret weapon. It's going to be love, 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 and light. Yeah, so I thought that was really nice. Then I realized I wasn't recording, so I hit the record button, and here's how he continued here. Shawna, as we wrap up Earth's 2022 and head straight into 2023, the world is going to feel a little bit tilted on its axis for you. And I mean this figuratively. If it feels strange and unreal now, it will only continue to be feeling more and more that way as time progresses. Staying grounded, he said, in Mexico, at the beach, at the ocean, in the sun, will help you stay connected here. Having a more structured daily routine will also help. Clearing out your physical space, reducing the amount of items and the clutter will also help ground you and help with the energy flow. Yeah, I still have an entire bedroom that's full of boxes. Many are empty, many are full, half are full. So still so much work to do to unpack and get things put away, even up here in my office. So I'm just going to have to chip away at that a little bit at a time until I can get that all straightened out. And clearing out your space will all help with the energy flow. Okay, so, and they said, this is everything I wanted to communicate with you today. Are there any questions that you may have for me at this moment? And I said, well, somebody has asked from the Army of Light if they are also protected. And he said, protected, yes. Surrounded, yes. Uplifted, yes. Monitored, yes. This entire collective is also being monitored and being uplifted as a whole. So at the individual level and at the collective level, yes, 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 Shawna. So there you go, guys. Anybody who's wondering about that, I know Bruce had asked. I said, okay, thank you so much. I think that's good for now. And I thanked everybody. All right, so that was it for today. I am going to get ready to record our meditation for tomorrow's final Middle East, Lifting the Hearts of the Middle East meditation. I canceled today. It's just going to be too much to try to get that done by 9 a.m. today. But tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific time, our last meditation. I hope you can join. We're not doing a Zoom call on Friday. It's just too much. So I'm going to schedule that for sometime, hopefully next week. No promises. But we'll get to this, and I do want to connect with everybody and have an opportunity to hear you, for you guys to speak and get support at a deeper level. So we will be doing a Zoom call soon. Okay, everybody, thanks again for being here. I love each and every one of you. Mwah.